Good afternoon, college football fans. Welcome to another episode of Touchdown Talk. Week 2 is upon us. We got some games starting tonight. A little action to just kick off another good week of college football. Not as crazy of a slate this week as we've had last week. Still good games, so still some early rivalry games. Some non-conference. Actually, you do have some conference games kicking off today. So, without further ado, let's just kick off my bets for this weekend. Tonight, starting off, we have Maryland minus 16.5. So, I like either that or their team total at 31 flat. I expect them to put up a lot of points. Malik Williams, he's looking like the real deal. That's what he looked like week 1 at least. Expect that to carry over, that confidence that he has to carry over to tonight. And I expect them to roll. I played that at a pretty high dollar amount. I feel confident leading into the weekend that they cover and start off the week right. So, getting into tomorrow, that's the only game I took tonight. Also, shout out TCU. Team total over 14 first half. Easiest cover ever. Bill Belichick in his debut did not look the part we were expecting, to say the least. Both sides of the ball looked flat. I mean, it's hard whenever you have 70 new guys coming in to a football team and have to gel and create chemistry. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for UNC right now. I expect them to go with Max Johnson the rest of the season, but that's just me. Okay, now getting into Saturday. Let's see. Early games, I have Iowa State minus 3.5 over Iowa, the Cy-Hawk Bowl or whatever they call it. I expect this to be low scoring, but I expect Rocco Beck to deliver the same as he's done the past 2 games. Granted, Kansas State hasn't really surprised him or shocked a lot of people yet, but still a competent defense. And then he did what he was supposed to do last week, handle business. Sorry. There we go. I mean, Iowa ran the ball 53 times last week for 300 yards against Albany. But Mark Gronkowski or whatever was 8 for 14 for 44 yards and won the game. That won't fly in this game. I expect the game to either stay under or Iowa State to roll. And I'm taking Iowa State to roll. Moving into some of our next games, I have USC minus 28.5. I will ride this team all the way until they just don't do it for me. I'm high on Jaden Maeva with the wide receiver core he has around him. I think USC has a much better, much improved defense this year. I expect them to roll over Georgia Southern and not really make it much of a game. The total is set at like 50-something. I think their spread could be closer to 37.5. I think Georgia Southern having to go all the way across the country to USC does not favor them at all. I think it gives them a touchdown more spread. So, hard to really fade USC early on. And then whenever you get to conference play, then you start seeing the real USC. But for right now, I'm high on them. I'm going to keep being high on them. So, yeah. Moving to our next game, I have Tulane minus 9.5 against South Alabama. Northwestern comes in last week. Everybody's taking them. Everybody's expecting them to win, too. Jake Retzlaff and that Tulane team proves them wrong. They may have a little chip on their shoulder because they asked to do all white jerseys for the Hurricane Katrina anniversary. And Northwestern said no. So they rolled over them too, 20-3. I expect more than 20 points in this game. I expect Tulane to win by more than 10 points this game. That's the reason why I'm taking them. I think Jake Retzloff, you saw what he did at BYU last year. He's a proven quarterback. So there's no reason not to believe in John Summerall's system. He has a good offense. He's had a good offense. And now adding Jake Retzloff is just a key piece. Getting to the afternoon slate is Ole Miss minus 9.5. Everybody knows what Kentucky came in and did last year in Ole Miss, in Oxford. Everybody was stunned by it because Kentucky also finished 4-8 last year. I expect Kentucky to be around that 4-8 mark again. Not high on Zach Calzada at all, or their offense. I expect Austin Simmons and this Ole Miss offense to put up a lot of points. And I don't expect Kentucky to keep up with them. Frankly, I think it could be a 35-10 ball game. I think Ole Miss, another team I'm high on this year, will roll. As I've said for these other teams that I've taken spread, I think they'll roll. I think they know what happened last year, have a sour taste in their mouth for those guys that are still there. And I think they get the job done on the road. I think Mark Stoops, I don't know what he's doing at this point. It's year 17 to 38, it feels like. I don't know. It feels like a long time. It feels long overdue for a coaching change, and Mark Stoops is just kind of there. Nobody's really bought in on Kentucky either. On their fans don't have much to cheer about until it comes basketball season. So give me Ole Miss minus 9.5. I'd take it up to 14. Another afternoon game is Arkansas and Arkansas State. First time ever playing in Little Rock. First time ever playing in general, but in Little Rock. I don't like that for either team, having to drive 2.5 hours to meet at a neutral site for this, and Arkansas being the home team. Doesn't make any sense to me, frankly. But give me over 63 points. Now, that's a lot. But Arkansas's offense looks like it can compete in the SEC this year to put up a lot of points. But their defense is a little suspect. I expect them to play with a little more intensity, but this is a better team than Alabama A&M. I expect Jalen Raynor and that wide receiver core at Arkansas State to also be able to find the end zone a couple times at least, 2 or 3. I think this could be a 45-21 ball game, so it may even be closer. But I expect this game to go over. I expect it to clear pretty well. I'd say in the 70-point range. If it doesn't, then it's a lot of blunders, a lot of turnovers. Maybe Arkansas not being smart with the ball. But Taylor Green looked much more poised last week. I know the opponent, but he was quicker to make decisions. Some of that maturity paying off here in year 2 under Bobby Petrino. And he also threw only 6 incompletions, maybe even less. Efficient. Now we get to not the highlight of the night, but moving into the night slate, we have Kansas at Missouri, the border state rivalry thing, whatever they call it. With Jaden Daniels healthy and a dual threat quarterback from Mizzou, I expect a lot of points to be put up. I expect a lot of offense in this game. So again, I will take another over, and I will take over 51 in this game. When Jaden Daniels is healthy, he's easily a top 10 quarterback. And their defense isn't the best, so I expect Mizzou to score a lot of points. But Missouri still has question marks as well on the defensive side of the ball. So instead of laying points on one side when it's too early to tell, give me the points in both offenses that are efficient and can get the job done and score touchdowns. If I had to choose a side, I'd say Kansas covers, but Missouri gets a late field goal to go up by 3 and wins again. I don't like either side. I don't have a lean towards it. That's when I took the over. I expect this over to bang. I expect it to clear pretty early in the fourth. Now, the night game, college game day at Norman. We have Michigan against Oklahoma. Bryce Underwood, true freshman, making his first start on the road in a hostile environment. You know this place is going to be loud this weekend. Then you got John Mateer, who looked the part in week 1, for sure. Throwing for 390 yards. Both teams have good defenses, and I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I think in that where it's at 47 for the line is correct. And I think it could be a 27-20 ball game in OU's favor. I just think the experience and the skill level on the offense, there's not as many question marks that I've seen from the week 1. Give me OU -5. I think this is going to be one of the loudest crowds they've had it since Alabama last year, obviously, and then Tennessee a year ago. This game is a big pivot point early in the season for Brent Venables and this OU team, because if he loses it, it's like, is he the guy? Is he still the guy? But then, if he wins this, it's like, all right, OU has found their guy. Is this a year that they can compete to get into the playoffs, into the postseason? So this game is huge, has huge implications, and it's only week 2. It's only the first week of September. So give me OU -5. I think they know what they have to do, and I think they get the job done, frankly. So yeah, that is all that I have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bets. 1 tonight, 7 tomorrow. 4, not as crazy of a slate, but still good games. I mean, some games I'm just taking the team that I'm high on, which you can do in the first few weeks and get away with. But other games are very solid slate. I feel like that's week in, week out this year. This college football season is going to be awesome. It's going to be everything that a college football fan wants. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys take down below in the comments. And if you're new, I know most of my audience doesn't really, but hit that subscribe button, please. It helps out a lot and keeps this going. Let me know what content you guys want to see. I mean, a whole bunch of bets, obviously, previews, but any other ideas that you guys have, throw them out. And so, yeah, that is all I have, and I will talk to you guys after this weekend. See ya.